For maximum picture quality, it may be necessary to adjust the tracking control on your VCR.
And that is the garage doors. To help with this, Kevin Kapp. Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Jojo.
How you doing?
Great.
Kevin is with Clopay Garage Doors, and they're the folks who provided the doors that are going in here. We're going with 2 instead of 1. And let's talk a little bit about the type of door that's going in.
We're using Clopay's Premium Series garage door, which is an insulated garage door.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about what this is comprised of, what makes it so insulation worthy.
This door is constructed in 3 layers. There's a heavy-duty 24-gauge steel, 2 inches of polystyrene insulation, and another layer of steel.
Okay, so what kind of an R value do we get out of this?
We get a 9.1 R value for maximum energy efficiency.
So what would be the R value of a door that just had the single steel skin?
Basically a negative. There's nothing stopping the heater cold. Steel is a good transmitter of heater cold. And if you'll notice on our doors, this door in particular, we have a thermal break, which means that the heater cold cannot easily pass through the door section. And we also incorporate a tongue and groove section joint, which is a good seal to keep out the wind, rain, and snow.
Right, it can't sneak through any cracks.
That's right.
Well, it sounds good. Let's get Dan to put this in place, huh?
Super.
All right. The door panels are set in the opening and held in place temporarily with nails. Hardware links each section to the other, and the tongue and groove construction makes for a tight seam. This top panel has insulated glass, which is an important feature in keeping our garage energy efficient. With all of our doors and windows in place, we can get the siding on. May as well do it now so we can protect things from the elements. This is what we are going to be using. We have the rustic look of cedar shingles, and this ties in with what we have on the house, and the overall feel gives us the country cottage look that the homeowners want. Now, these may look like individual cedar shingles, and they are. However, they're all pre-applied on a panel, and this is incredibly labor-saving. In fact, the crew got half a wall done in just half an hour. We got these panels from Cedar Valley Shingle Systems, and they're made of western red cedar. Behind each row of shingles is a layer of asphalt impregnated fiberglass, and that helps keep moisture away from the building. In addition, special interlocking joints help make for a weather-tight seal. Because each full-size panel covers 16 square feet, this siding goes up very quickly. The shingle panels cost slightly more than conventional shingles per square foot, but just like the R-Control wall and roof panels, the money saved on labor is significant. That wraps it up for the siding, but not for the shingling. We still need to close up the roof, and that's our next step. The roof work starts with this special layer of sheeting. It's applied along the eaves to prevent damage from ice dams, which can happen in colder climates. The shingles we've selected are somewhat unusual. They're cut to create a shading effect that gives them a more dimensional appearance. It suggests the look of wood shapes, but they have the wind and fire resistance of asphalt shingles. With the roof done, the exterior of this garage is now officially buttoned up and sealed in. In other words, the efficiency part of this energy-efficient garage is now done. But what about the energy itself? How are we going to keep the garage warm? The answer? A hydronic radiant floor heating system. We'll tell you what that means when we come back.
Stars has more new hit movies in primetime, and Stars cost less than you think. Call your cable or satellite provider for Stars.
Can't wait until the furniture comes.
Me too. Can I have the remote?
I am so glad the furniture came.
Me too. Can I have the remote?
It's soft, it's warm, it's the best seat in the house. New carpet, it just feels better.
If you could leave just a little bit over at every meal, it would really add up.
Imagine what you could avoid eating in a single month. If you're significantly overweight, 30 pounds or more, depending on height, your doctor has something that may help you eat less.
It's called Meridia, and it can help you lose weight and keep it off.
You've got to do your part. You've got to do your part with diet and exercise. But Meridia can help.
Meridia is a prescription medicine, and it's not for everyone. It can substantially raise blood pressure, and it's not for people who are pregnant or nursing, under 16, or taking anything else for weight loss, depression, Parkinson's disease, migraines, or for people with anorexia, glaucoma, or serious heart problems. Side effects may include headache, constipation, insomnia, and dry mouth. It's a controlled substance, so patients who abuse Meridia may become dependent. For more information, ask your doctor or call 1-888-4-MERIDIA.
I'm ready.
Meridia. You do your part, we'll do ours.
So I'm just flipping around the television, all of a sudden I come across this Animal Planet channel. You don't plan on watching it, you're just flipping around and boom! You're watching this crazy little Australian guy named Steve Irwin. I've been wrestling crocs since I was knee-high to a dingo. 24 hours a day, this man is in a bush, staring at a crocodile's head coming out of the water. I'm gonna dive into this lake, filled with crocodiles, just to see what happens.
Catch the real Crocodile Hunter, Mondays at 9, only on Animal Planet. To get Animal Planet, call your cable or satellite company and ask for it.
It's got handles.
We are building an energy-efficient garage, and it's now time to bring the energy in with a heating system. Just in time, because it's fall, it's getting cold, and Gary Freeze is here to help with this. Hi, Gary.
Jojo. How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Real good.
Now, Gary's with Worsbo, and they're the folks that are going to be installing the hydronic radiant floor heating system, and that's a big string of words. Can you tell me simply what that means?
That's a bit of a mouthful, but basically what we do is we take warm water, it's circulated through cross-linked polyethylene tubing that's embedded directly into the concrete slab. From that, it warms the slab, then warms the space above.
That makes sense. Any special preparation that has to be done to the ground surface before this system goes in?
Yeah, what you're going to want to do is start with a very level, compacted soil grade. On top of that, you're going to put an insulation to reduce the amount of heat transfer downward. And then we're going to use, as you can see here, we're using a grid system, just regular wire mesh, and that's going to be used to hold the tubing in place, and then that will be embedded in concrete.
All right, well, let's get to the process, huh?
Good.
This polystyrene insulation is 2 inches thick, and it's the same type used in the R-Control walls. This grid is laid down so that the tubing has something to secure to. In a garage with a concrete floor, radiant floor heating is one of the most efficient forms of heating you can have. The system we're installing uses flexible, cross-linked polyethylene tubing to carry warm water throughout the space. In this application, the water is heated in a standard hot water heater and is then pumped through the tubing and recirculated back to the water heater. Radiant floor heat offers several advantages in this kind of space. For one, the heat is evenly distributed through the space as opposed to space heaters. There's very little maintenance required on the system. The heat stays near the floor where it's needed instead of getting lost up in the ceiling. And of course, here in this northern climate, the heat will help the cars shed their snow and even start up in the coldest weather. Now that this heating system is all in place, we're ready for our final step, and that's to cover it all up with a concrete slab. The outside edge of the slab is actually going to sit on top of the foundation, which will give this concrete floor extra strength. The slab itself will be 3.5 inches thick. The concrete workers make sure the concrete is evenly distributed around the entire space. They then use floats and striker boards to smooth out the floor. It's important in a garage to create a slight grade back towards the door so that any water that gets inside, like snow melting off a car, will drain out the front. With the addition of the heating system, combined with all the super insulated features, this garage will be kept at about 50 degrees even in the coldest weather. Of course, if the homeowner wanted to go out there and work on the car or tinker around in the workshop, the temperature can be raised to about 65 or 70 degrees. And if all of this has warmed you to the idea of an energy-efficient garage, let's review the steps that it took. We started with a foam form foundation that was filled with concrete. Then we erected our control panels for the walls and for the roof that came insulated with polystyrene foam. We covered the garage with house wrap and installed windows with double-paned glass. Then we put in steel garage doors that are made with a core of insulating material. Finally, we put in a hydronic radiant floor heating system that's placed underneath the concrete slab. If you don't have the luxury of an energy-efficient garage like this one, there are things you can do to make yours more energy efficient. Number one, insulate all exterior walls and get rid of any air gaps. Number two, get rid of those loose-fitting old garage doors and get more energy-efficient ones. And finally, if you have single-pane glass windows, get some windows that have more R value. And we certainly value your time and attention today. We want to thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.